topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, your certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root cause of their health and mindset. And I create a custom natural holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, and enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and kept fit and trim for over a decade. I have, and I have staying power. And it's been over 12 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain. And I have done 9 so far. Mindset is a key to lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. And I guide them to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing your health, whatever that may be, releasing weight efficiently when needed, and enhancing your mindset. With my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results. Sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life. It's also imperative to manage and release those low vibrational emotions such as fear, frustration, and doubt, because all that's going to do is slow you down and get you stuck physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a hot air balloon with ballasts, I help my clients release those emotional ballasts and baggage so they can uplift to a better, happier, healthier life. In turn, they are releasing their stress. They're getting healthier, and they're reshaping their core beliefs. You'll see and feel the differences with my coaching programs. Ask me about them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. That's DebiChangesLives as in Victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE, or use a QR code. And I will guide you to your better, happier, healthier life with custom, natural, and unique solutions to you in the areas of mind, body, and soul. And today I'm honored to have back Lynda Bergh, a licensed California private investigator. Lynda was supposed to be a ballerina, but some unexpected plot twist led her to become a private investigator. It was her first case 44 years ago that it sparked passion to become a private investigator because she wanted to keep children safe. She's also a #1 best-selling author with her book, Your Amazing Itty Bitty Keep Your Children Safe book, that was a bestseller in November of 2024. Lynda and I also aim to prevent anxiety, sleeplessness, and eating disorders that may be caused by grooming, exploitation, and sextortion. She helps parents avoid that related, anxiety that you may have if you're involved in these crimes. And not that you did it yourself, but think something happened to your children. Lynda provides knowledge to the parents and their children to keep them safe. Lynda's expertise spans from asset researches, elder abuse, cybercrimes, cellular forensics, and fighting child trafficking. She has actually rescued hundreds of children and now educates others on identifying and avoiding predators online and also in person. Today, we'll be discussing uncovering web risks and predators to keep your children safe. So let's welcome Lynda Bergh, a licensed California private investigator with LJB Investigations and so much more. Lynda, welcome to my show.
Hi, thank you so much. It's good to be here.
Well, I'm glad you're here because everyone needs to hear this information, especially these days.
Mm-hmm.
And, everyone's priority, whether you're a parent or even a teacher, they'll have children, and everyone's priority is the well-being of children. And Lynda, I know that you keep these children safe because you have multiple speaking opportunities where you can share your information. Other than my podcast, do you want to mention anything else that you've done for sharing knowledge with people?
Oh, sure. Actually, yesterday at this same time, I was doing a Zoom event where we were talking about a particular group that has been very involved just the last few years exploiting children. It's called 764, and I plan to talk a little bit about that more later.
Okay.
There's a lot of groups. So that's through a program that I'm part of where I'm an ambassador for children's safety. And then I also do a lot of speaking on behalf of millionkids.org, which is a nonprofit that exists for the purpose of educating and protecting children. I met the founder of Million about 4 years ago now. I'm on the board of that nonprofit now, which is a huge honor, and I speak on their behalf on a regular basis. I always say anyone that will listen to me, I will talk to. Topics. So either virtually, in person, whatever, I will do it.
Yeah. So you can always contact her. Exactly. What are the most dangerous places for a child or even your elderly loved one to be?
I did start including our elderly loved ones in these because a lot of this works for both. And there's been a lot of elder abuse and catfishing cases, especially for whatever reason in the last year or so. They've really ramped up. So most of this works the same for kids or for adults. The most dangerous place for them to be is online. Like literally the internet has replaced the infamous white panel van where people are like, oh, the people in that van are going to grab you off the street and traffic you. No, the people are going to come into your phone or your tablet or your refrigerator or smart refrigerators and talk to your kids or talk to you and can try to convince you to do something you should not know or that can place you in danger. So you don't know who your kids are talking to on the other end of those smartphones or their computers.
Yeah. Some elderly would use tablets. They don't really use phones. So yeah. So anything that is that message doesn't come across upon, I guess it's the best way to put it, right?
Yeah, any electronic device. And almost everything does now. If you have Alexa or Siri or any of those things, predators are contacting kids through those. Like they have no boundaries. They will do whatever they can to get in touch with their target.
How do they do it on Alexa?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not sure, but they figure out ways to do it. So, and then I had a case just recently, an elder abuse case, where the lady had asked Siri for a phone number, specifically for Microsoft customer service.
Ooh.
And Siri gave her a number that was a scammer who proceeded to steal her identity and steal tens of thousands of dollars from her before she even knew what was going on.
Wow.
So that's super important too. That's a whole other show right there.
Yeah, we already do one. If you want to do it, we'll do it too. But that's really scary. I mean, it can happen to anybody. It doesn't have to be, children or elders. It doesn't really. It could be anyone actually.
It can. Right.
And it just reminds me. It's kind of on a side note. There's essential oils for kids. Are best for the elderly as well.
Oh, right. There's so many things that are good.
It's really important that you have the same dosage for the elderly and essential oils. But anyways, that's really a side note. But that's really, that was a new one on me. We're using, Alexa or Siri or something like that.
Well, they can hack into the Wi-Fi. Sometimes they'll hack into Wi-Fi's and, they find ways. These predators find ways.
Wow.
Talk to someone, and they will jump through all kinds of hoops to try to get what they want.
Wow.
Yeah.
So when we come to spotting predators online, it gets very difficult, as you said. They're white van is now a white monitor screen if it's white. and there's many ways of doing that. Could you explain to people what's going on?
Sure. So, especially on my kid cases, well, and the elderly cases, works on all these cases. So I stopped saying kids and elderly a million times. But you know, the potential victim will be contacted by someone that wants to friend them. With teenagers, it's often, you know, if it's a boy being contacted, it's what looks like a beautiful teenage girl that says, "Hey, you know, I'm friends with so and so," and sometimes they come up with a very generic name. So a super common name, and the kid doesn't even look to see if they're connected with that name that they pulled out. Sometimes these predators will look at the child's you know, friends and followers. They often use Instagram for the initial contact, and Instagram's not private, so they can see their friends and followers unless they have it set, you know, naturally. The way it's set automatically is not private, so unless they set it to private, it's not. And they'll pick out 2 or 3, and they might say the names and claim to be friends, even though they're not. And so, and then with the elderly, it's often, you know, if it's a lonely elderly man and a beautiful woman, you know, hits on him, you're lonely, you're gonna say hi. It's kind of human nature. Yes. So anyway, one of the first things to look for is if you get a friend request or a contact request or a direct message or anything like that from someone you do not know, check to see if they really are connected with anybody. You can point blank ask them, "Hey, why are you contacting me?" And most of the time, and this was on a Facebook group earlier today, with adults, most of the time, they'll say, "Dear." They start with the word "dear." "I'm contacting you because you're so beautiful," or "I'm contacting you because you're so handsome." And that's, you know, we don't talk that way.
No, we don't.
Kind of a sign that, you know, we don't talk that way. And then if they answer back with, you know, "Well, you know, why?" That's not a reason to contact me. "Why are you contacting me?" They usually can't really communicate. But with the kids, they get these people that pose as, you know, like a teenage girl will be talking to a teenage boy, and, you know, they get a little flirty, and, you know, things can really go downhill fast. So that's number one, very few or no mutual contacts. That's number one. Often it's a brand new profile. So it might, I mean, women our age get these all the time. You get a friend request from the guy that's a widower that works overseas, or he's a doctor, he's in the military, he's got a kid, he's got a puppy.
Yeah, right? Exactly.
Right? There's like 4 pictures of him in a uniform. Half the time when they're military, there's a different name on their uniform shirt because they don't change it. So, and there's nothing else on there, just a couple pictures of them. So that's a sign if it's a brand new profile. Some of them have no photo. I can't imagine anybody saying yes to a friend request from someone that has no photo. I got one the other day that was no photo and no name. I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure, let's be friends."
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense at all.
Yeah, but kids, they're inquisitive, and they'll go, "I'm going to click on this," and they will. And sometimes they use an avatar, as, you know, they'll use a picture of a puppy or, you know, a plant or a flower, whatever. So you want to make sure it's a real person in the picture. So those are the easiest ones right off the bat. And then with kids, one of the first things that they do is they invite them to go to somewhere more private to talk. So if they hit them up in, you know, a chat on Instagram, then they want to go to Snapchat, or they hit them up on Telegram, they want to go somewhere else. And that's like being kidnapped on the street and taken to a second location.
Wow.
Yeah. It's like, you know, on the street, if someone tries to grab you, you fight, you scream, you do everything you can so you don't get taken to a second location. Online, if they invite you to go to somewhere more private to chat, that is not a good sign.
Don't get more private to chat, just don't do it.
Right. Well, exactly. Just say no.
Say no, exactly.
Yeah. So that's and then obviously, of course, to me, it's a no-brainer, but I work with this all the time. If someone asks you to send them a compromising photo or video, they don't have your best interest at heart. Which seems like, you know, sounds kind of condescending the way I said that, but
no, it's not.
I'm not. It seems kind of like, to me, that's common sense. It's like, okay, this person hardly knows me, and they're like, "Oh, take your clothes off and send me a picture." Yeah, no, I don't think so. And these predators will do that, and they promise the kids, "Well, no one's going to see it but me. It's going to disappear." They ask them to send it on Snapchat, where messages do disappear. Instagram is a disappearing message thing too, but they don't disappear for 24 hours. And when I talk to kids, I go, "How long does it take for them to share that photo?" That fast. It's like, you know, how long does it take for them to save it? Same thing. So in 24 hours, they can do a lot with that so-called private photo or private video they get the kids to send. So just don't do it.
Yes.
It's like back in the day, don't do drugs.
Yeah.
Don't send nudes. That's the new one these days.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I guess a lot of politicians in trouble too.
It's what people don't think. It's like that kids have sort of an excuse. They're kids and their hormones are all out of whack, and they aren't mature enough necessarily to understand what they're doing. We do teach when we go out and speak to kids. We do talk a lot about self-esteem and how they feel about themselves. And I'll tell them, don't send anything you wouldn't want your grandmother to see. And the kids gasp at that because they're not afraid of mom and dad. They're not afraid of their friends seeing something, but grandma apparently puts the fear of God into them.
If they're still around.
Right. But it's kind of funny. The first time I said that, I said it kind of joking, and they're all like, oh. And I go, oh, okay, I'm going to use that. You're afraid of grandma. Someone, just, think of someone. So yeah, those are ways to, I say it's pretty easy. Like the first couple are pretty easy, really. No mutual friends, a brand new profile, an avatar or no photo. That doesn't look like someone you should be connecting with.
Exactly. Maybe even if someone's introduced you to somebody that you're not sure about, that could be a problem too. You never know.
Right. I ask when I get a message from someone I don't know. It's like, who referred you to me? Where'd you get my information? Always. Yeah.
So what to do when predator contacts you? Because you kind of covered this, maybe your child or elderly friend or relative. Now, if they're contacting you, what ways are they contacting you? We already talked about,
Well, they'll usually they private message them. The trick is once they private message them, people don't know how to get out of it once they start talking. And that's where these manipulative people that are catfishing the elderly or that are sextorting or exploiting in some way the kids, I would say they're master manipulators. They know what to say to try to get people to do what they want. So they will try to convince the child to send a photo or convince the elderly person to send some money. And so when that happens, especially with kids, the kid, I always use a boy and a girl. So teenage boy, beautiful teenage girl hits him up, is talking to him. He sends a photo or not. And all of a sudden she sends a photo back and says, because they're using AI now too. They will create a photo that's not really the boy. I had one, a dad who I've known for years, call me at 3:00 in the morning one day and said, my son just came in here and said that someone's trying to get money out of him over a photo. The photo is not him. He didn't send it. And what the girl had done, or the predator had done, was made a collage, and the big picture in the middle was pantsless naked boy, and then the pictures all around it were pictures from his son's Instagram.
Wow. And
she was going to send that out to everybody if he didn't send money. And so to start with, in this particular situation, the boy did send a little bit of money, much less than they asked for, and then tried to put them off. And then he went to his dad. Well, ideally, first of all, don't send the photo. But if you send the photo or send the money, then ideally you want to go report it to somebody. So I tell parents, wait, I can't get to that part yet. Anyway, so you need to report it to somebody. So this young man went to his dad and said, okay, Dad, I didn't do anything. And his dad was kind of, he goes, yeah, I know, that's not you, kid. He was totally teasing him. But he goes, kind of a little levity to calm the situation a little bit. But he said, I didn't do this. And now this person's demanding money. And they said they're going to send this to everybody I know. And his dad's like, well, it's not you. And he goes, well, how do I prove it's not me? Hopefully your friends trust you and believe you when you say it's not you. But you do not. And he's like, well, I was trying to negotiate with them. You do not ever negotiate with one of these predators. And I say the same thing to the parents. If your child comes to you and says, hey, someone is demanding money from me, a lot of parents want to go contact the person and go off on them. Don't do it, because that creates a whole other issue. So what you want to do is you want to go and screenshot the interaction, because that's evidence. Don't delete everything, just screenshot it. And then block the predator. Oftentimes when these kids block the predator, someone else instantly sends them a friend request, and the kids often accept it. And it's the same, it's their same little group of people or whatever. Just block them and don't talk to strangers. Sometimes they ultimately have to delete their entire account, which I had this one boy do because he is a soccer player, and he and several other members of his soccer team all got hit the same night by people with the same scam. And I was like, you all need to just start over, which is really sad when you're like a teenager, like, really? To start over? I have 3,000 friends. Well, you don't really know 3,000 people. So start over with the people you really know.
Yes.
And then you want to report it to law enforcement. Yes. And you want to report it to the platform it occurred on. So, on Facebook and everywhere else in the upper right-hand corner, there's those three little dots on everything. You click on that and it says report. It's very easy to report these things if someone is taking part in illegal or threatening activity. So you want to make sure that's done. And, a lot of kids, they're afraid to report because they think they're going to get in trouble, especially if they actually sent a photo. They're thinking, I technically sent child pornography or child sex abuse material, we're supposed to call it. I sent that naked photo to someone. Mm-hmm. Well, they did it because they were coerced into doing it.
Yes.
So they're a victim. And so I have to explain that to them. I go, the person that convinced you to do that is the criminal. You're a victim. And that's how law enforcement will treat you. It's like a victim. Now, if you just randomly start sending out naked pictures of yourself to people, that's a different story. But if it's, this particular incident, you're not going to get, in trouble with the law. And shouldn't get in trouble with anybody else either. But so that's what to do. And with the elderly people, I had a caregiver not long ago that texted me one day, and he said, I kind of 15% sure my client's being catfished. And as he kept writing, it ended up being a really long text message. It was almost comical how it worked, because he went 15% and he did another line. He goes, oh wait, no, like 30%. And then he did a couple more lines. He goes, I think we're at about 75% sure.
Okay. Oh, dear.
90%. And I called him. I was like, yeah, we need to do something about this. So it was good that he was there providing caregiving service for someone that had back surgery, that was in full control of his faculties. He just needed some physical help for like a week or two after back surgery.
Yeah.
But this woman had glommed onto this guy and had already gotten $100,000 out of him.
Oh, no.
The caregiver was like, it seemed, he goes, it seems really odd that this guy said this 52-year-old woman, who really was a 52-year-old woman and was gorgeous, is all of a sudden hitting on him, and she's going to move across the country and marry him. And he believed it. She had him convinced.
Wow.
And he got money for her. And I started investigating her, and it was one of the easiest catfishing investigations I've ever done, because I did, the caregiver actually sent me some photos of her that she had sent to the victim. And I did a Google image search, and it never works this easy, but it did. And I did the image search, and she came up as part of the top 10 porn stars over a certain age on Twitter. And I was like, what? I didn't even know that existed. And then she had an OnlyFans that was active, and she was advertising as, a girlfriend for hire. All this stuff was all over the internet, and it was very easy to find, and it was easy to verify it was really her, that it wasn't AI. So, but if it wasn't for that caregiver, this guy, like I said, had already given her almost $100,000, and he was trying to figure out how to get a loan against his house to give her another $300,000.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so terrible. So thank goodness. So people need to pay attention. If you see something weird going on, say something. Like, say the same thing about kids that looks like they're being trafficked or they're kidnapped, in this little sign thingy that we do for help. Mm-hmm. You see something, say something. And, that caregiver saved his client probably $300,000 plus.
Yeah. Wow, that's amazing. So you probably should speak to caregiver associations.
I do. Yeah, I do.
Wow, that, I've heard about it, but it's just, that whole story that was so simple to find that person.
That was an easy one. They're not usually quite that easy, but thank goodness it worked that way, because the guy would have been out more money.
Yeah, no kidding.
He was like one step away from getting approved for this loan. And it's like, no, because once the money's gone, you do not get it back.
No, you don't, because they've already spent it.
It's gone. Yeah.
It's gone. Or it's been, given to somebody else for some reason. That's all I'm going to say.
And just like with the pictures or the videos that the kids send, the second they send it, it's gone. They can't get it back. These predators will try to convince the kids that, if you come and meet me, I'll give you your picture back. Well, first of all, it's an electronic picture that you sent via the internet, so it's gone. But you can't, it's out there and you have no control over it, really. You can block it a little bit, but for the most part, it's just out there once it's out there.
Okay. So are there any other stories that you want to share regarding, maybe you did the elderly, a guy recovering from back surgery. Any other story you want to share?
Well, there's so many of them, but I kind of want to talk about the thing that I talked about yesterday on the other.
Okay.
The other event that I was.
We have our last question, and then okay. What can you do to keep children safe? That was your last question that you gave me. So thing. So what else do you have to add?
but the number one thing to keep the kids safe, number one, is make sure that they know they can come and talk to you.
True.
Because you don't want them, most of them, the ones that there's been suicides as a result of sextortion. These kids that were very high achieving, from prominent families and successful in their community and at school and everything, that killed themselves because they didn't know what to do. So if they could have gone to their parents or a parent, I've had moms call me who I know personally about their kids, and they call me, and when I say, hey, what's up? They start crying. And I ask them again, what's going on? What can I do? And they say, well, my son, sent a photo to a girl. And I go, okay. And then what? And they go, well, then he came to me, and I said, and they say, he came to me. What did I do wrong? That's what the mom asked me. I say, nothing, absolutely nothing. You did everything right because your child came to you. So that is number one. They need to know they can come to you. And then they need to get educated about, what's going on out there. There's so many people that don't know about different apps and different groups and things. That we talked for an hour and a half yesterday about one particular group that's just this horrendous thing that's going on. And most people know nothing about it, including the kids.
Wow.
So they need to know too.
Yes.
Yeah. It's called 764. If you want to have nightmares, Google it.
764.
764. It's
That's
like
anything.
It was started by a 15-year-old boy during COVID. He was bored. And the number is the first 3 digits of the zip code where he lived. So there's no significance in the numbers.
Okay.
I'm going to do a 3-digit thing. Oh, this is good. He just made it up. Okay. And between when he made it up, he was arrested within just a couple months of starting doing what he was doing. But, and he's now doing 80 years in prison. So although I have to say he's probably still doing the same thing because they get tablets in prison.
How old was he when he started that?
He was 15. He got arrested at 15. At 19, he was convicted to 80 years and sentenced to 80 years in prison. So his entire life he'll be in prison. But this group, and then there were 2 other, high up leaders in this group that helped write kind of a manual on how to sextort and how to exploit kids that they were putting out in chats, in private chats and private servers on Discord, Roblox, Telegram, Instagram, guiding other people for how to do these things to get money out of these kids or get them to do just horrible things like self-harm, harm their pets. There's been at least one mass shooting that was committed by someone that claimed that 764 encouraged them to do it. It's like a cult. They almost brainwash these kids. And those 2, the other 2 leaders were 20 and 21. So they're kids themselves that are doing this. And when they got arrested too, but not till last year. Okay. And when they got arrested, the FBI and Homeland Security and the CIA and everybody else figured, okay, we disbanded 764. Well, so now there's a dozen other splinter groups that are doing the same thing.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And there are investigations involving 764 going on in every single state in our country and in several other countries. So it's even worse than, sending a photo. They're trying to get them to harm themselves and there's, some neo-Nazi influences in there and some Satanism. It's terrible, 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 terrible. But that's super popular right now.
I don't know why, but okay.
Talking about it, and I think some people get fascinated by it and they start looking into it. And the trick is with the kids, they don't necessarily know when to turn off that switch. Like, oh, this is fascinating and horrifying and so scary. Oh, but wait, it's kind of interesting. And then they get the way they incentivize it is when one of the predators gets a kid to. They were getting people to, take like a razor blade and carve the number 764 into their chest live online.
Oh, wow.
And if someone could get them to do that, then they got like 10,000 points or whatever, or they get more clout, that gets them more influence. And it's ridiculous. And there's, they don't get money. It's not like a monetary thing. It's more, online influence thing. It's really sick, but it's huge right now.
Well, look at my face. I
know. Yeah. Be doing the same thing. Like,
well, yeah, I'm always for a living, so it's easier for you to not do that. I'm like, oh my goodness.
When I come on, it's going to be something, and it's going to be horrific at some point in time. But people need to know about this stuff.
Yeah, they do.
There were people on the call today that were like, I've never heard of those apps, and I'm like, well, you need to know what they are if you have kids or nieces and nephews or grandchildren, or you know a child. It's one of those things. You have to stay up on them, and they change every day. There's something different every day, it seems like.
Well, because there's always new apps every day.
Yeah, and then they move around. Like this kid that created 764, he started out on Discord and Roblox and Minecraft are the three worst people let their little kids play on those. Because Minecraft originally, they were just building little things with little blocks. So It appeared to be innocent, but there's a chat feature in every app or on every platform. And that's where the predators go. They go and hang out in the chat. And someone new pops in and they go, hey, Susie, how old are you? Or, hey, Billy, how old are you? And they start talking. This kid that created 764 said that he learned about sextortion from someone he met on Minecraft. And that person encouraged him to start doing these other things. He's never identified the person. So even though, someone's like, well, he's loyal. Okay, to the wrong person, but he's never identified that person. If there really was a person.
Mm-hmm.
So it could have been just an excuse. Maybe it was an attempt at a defense that, someone influenced me to do this, but then he never would say who it was.
Right. Well, obviously, I don't want to say. He was attracted by it,
I guess. Seriously, they think it's that kid. He had dropped out of school. He'd been bullied when he was like 10. When he was 10, he was obsessed with like graphic cartoons and graphic things in video games. And that's something where parents need to pay attention to what their kids are watching and what they're playing on their tablets. And I always say, I never, ever want to disrespect a parent, but they need to parent.
Yes.
And a lot of this stuff happens because the parents don't know what their kids are doing. They just hand them a tablet because, the kid's bugging them, wants to do something. Oh, just go play with this. And they give them a tablet. It's stunning how often I see little itty bitty kids with tablets.
Well, some kids give it to, as toddlers. Yeah, itty bitty kids.
Toddlers, just to entertain them. And it's like, well, what's on that? I'm not really sure. Like, really? You need to know what's on there. Someone's going to be talking to your child before you know.
There should be a protected device, that or like, the tablets and things like that.
There are some out there that have limited access. And there's some that you can't get past that limited access, which is good. It used to be you just could put parental controls on there. Mm-hmm. But I always say kids are like evil geniuses. Not that they're evil, but, the evil geniuses at figuring out how to bypass those things.
Yeah.
So there are some, though, that don't even have the option for them to go online. And that's if it's a small child. If you have to give them something like that, you only give it to them for a little while. so they don't get addicted to it, because this stuff is created to get you addicted to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you control what they're on. One of my friends, she's got a 6.5-year-old, and she goes, "Oh yeah, my son's playing Minecraft." And I go, "Is he online on Minecraft or is it offline?" She goes, "I'm not sure." I was like, "Really?" And she goes, "I know I have it set up so it can't go online, but somehow the other day it was online and I don't know how." I go, "Because he's pushing buttons and doing things." So I said, "You have to check on what he's doing. You just have to. Or you let me come over there and I will remove everything off everything he's got."
Well, there is things that the kid can't get it. I mean, at 6.5 years old, there's things in the background that will keep the device offline.
Well, they'll find it. I mean, the first time he went online once by accident, he was on his dad's tablet and his dad gave it to him. He was watching like a little video, like a little kid video. It was totally innocent. Mm-hmm. And that ended, and he was clicking on things trying to find another movie. And all of a sudden his dad looks and he's like, "You are like on the internet." Like he was on like Facebook or somewhere. He's like, "Oh no." And so the kid didn't know what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But, when they get a little bit older, then they know what they're doing and they want to look and talk to other kids. And, not that we don't want them to have a social life, but it needs to be a bit more controlled.
Social life should be with the parents, with other kids.
Yes.
And parents. That's what social
kids
life should be, not online.
Right. Definitely not online. That's not where you make friends, online.
No.
Adults shouldn't be doing that either.
No, they shouldn't. It's almost as bad. I mean, when someone calls you on the phone, I mean, that happens too.
Oh yeah. I get that every now and then. Lately, there's been a thing with text messages where someone will just text and go, "Hey, did you get my message? I'm waiting for your call."
And I don't know them. I just block them.
Yeah, and I'm like, yeah. If the number is not in my phone, I do just that. I block them. So if someone says they're referring someone to me, I'm like, either you need to give me their phone number, or have them text me explaining who they are, and I will call them back. But I won't answer the phone for a strange number. But a lot of people do, and that's where they fall for things.
They do that on WhatsApp too.
Yes, they do. Oh yeah, I get a lot of that on WhatsApp.
I'm blocking a lot of that stuff on WhatsApp.
Yeah, that's another one. And it's interesting because they go through phases. For a while, it was Signal was really popular, and a lot of that stuff was happening on Signal, and that kind of went by the wayside, and now it's WhatsApp. And then it'll cycle through, and then it'll be something else, and then it'll go back to Signal, and then yeah, they change, they move around.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, you have a fabulous offer coming in, so why don't we ask, will you offer him to my audience today?
Well, I do. I created a document that is, in my opinion, the top 10 most dangerous apps for kids to be online. So there's a QR code here that you can scan, and it will go to that. And there's a little description, a very brief description of each app. But if these are on your child's phone, tablet, computer, have them open it for you and show you what it does. Or go in there and, play with it, check it out with them so you know what they're doing and you can see what's in there. Most of them kids should not even be on, but they are anyway. So it's important that you know what can happen on those.
Yes, it is. Both parties, all parties should know.
Yes, everyone should know. So, and then you also want to learn how to find hidden apps on your child's devices, because sometimes they'll hide these behind another app that looks legitimate. There's a really popular one is called Vault, and they hide it behind calculators, like behind the calculator on their phone. So if you just look at their phone, you go, "Oh, there's a calculator on there," whatever. It's like hidden behind it. So it is super. So this is an extra freebie I'm giving everybody. Super simple to find out how to find hidden apps on iPhones and on Android devices, or devices. You can literally Google it, how to find hidden apps on whatever the device is. And they actually don't use the AI answer, use the Google answer. And they give you step-by-step instructions on how to find these things. And I've tested them out, they work. So it's a good thing to do, not because you don't trust your child, but because you're trying to keep them safe.
Right.
So that's super important. It's not that, you don't trust them. And then the second offer is my book is for sale on Amazon. There's a QR code for my book as well. If you want to get it directly from me, you can as well, and then I will sign it. But yeah, there's the QR code for that. It's itty bitty. It's very short. It's like 35 pages long. So it's a quick read, but it has a lot of the basics of what you need to know to help keep your kids safe and your elderly relatives too.
Yeah. And for our radio audience, if you need the link for the download, it's at https://bit.ly/top 10 most dangerous apps for kids, all together as one word. It's a numeric 10. Everything has a capital letter for the word. So you guys need to download this. And then, like you said, all you have to look up is her name.
Yes.
On Amazon, you'll find that book.
Right. So, if you can't remember the name or you don't scan the QR code, just search my name and it comes up.
And that's Lynda Bergh Herring.
Yes.
So these are wonderful offers, Lynda, and thank you for being on my show. Now, will you stick around for closing remarks?
Absolutely.
Okay, great. So we'll see you soon. Remember, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I start off with the gut and mindset, and I do help you with hormones, blood sugar, brain and heart, bone and joint, and immunity, as well as I help people that are anxious up to athletes, because I am guiding you to clean toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrient products that reduce symptoms. You'll feel better. Possibly you'll release additional weight like I did. I was on maintenance with 50 pounds, and I felt better, and I released another 20 pounds. Everyone's different, just remember that. And all this is going to uplift your mood when you improve your health. And with my mindset coaching, I'm helping you release that stress, emotion, and emotional entanglements. I'm there as you reshape your core beliefs as a sounding board, and your mindset will be more enhanced. For my weight release and my health optimization, you are improving your health, and that's making your body more efficient. So that's a mind-body solution that makes your heart and soul sing. Ask me about my programs. Set up that complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. That's DebiChangesLives as in victory, ES.com/Linktree. LINKTREE, or use that QR code, and you get to know me, I get to know you, and I'll guide you to optimal health. And it starts with 1 or 2 assessments. The health evaluation is actually complimentary, where you rate your system for the last 30 days in 4 categories of health. Some questions are in multiple categories, answer them all, and you'll get a baseline score. I will review this with you. I also create that custom natural holistic strategy that's unique to you in the areas of mind, body, and soul, and we will make that score better over time. I also have every month, and also I have 2 different body scans. I prefer to do the Vizero link because I can send it remotely and internationally. It's actually gone to Australia as well as South Africa. Vizero link is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's only going into your skin to look at blood flow for components of energetic, functional, emotional, and different body systems and lifestyles. That emotional component is a hidden gem. And it's based on traditional Chinese medicine, where you have the organ and you have an emotion. So anger is connected to the liver. It doesn't mean it's giving you a diagnosis. It's a wellness report. So it gives you biomarkers out of range that are at various levels, and products and services that bring it back into range. So you can monitor your health and improve your health doing different things. And what's really, once you get the scan done, I do review it with you. It's quite intensive. It's $75. But right now, until the end of July of 2026, I have a summer sale, and it's called Half Off. And so I've created a site, which you can go to DebiChangesLives.com/Vizera, which is spelled VISERA, golden voucher. They'll give you that half price. It will also give you all the information you need to know so you can make a valid decision whether you want to do it or not. And people have been really amazed by this app. It's really the transdermal optical imaging app, also known as TOI. It's quite accurate, and you can look up as accurate at pubmed.gov. That's pubmed.gov. And when people take it, they're really amazed what the app is telling them. You'll be too. Curious, either you get the scan done or ask me questions at my consultation site. On my site are my programs, Take Your Body Back, and others, but these are the ones I want to talk about today. I do have a summer sale on the Take Your Body Back. It's 20% off. There's a QR code there that goes to debi.debichangelslives.com/. Take Your Body Back. And what that is, the 12-week weight release mindset coaching program, where you are going to be using a new version of you for success. All coaching is done on Zoom, and the first one's always private to you. I am a certified HIPAA health practitioner, so any health evaluation is private to you. So that's why the first session is private to you. You have a choice of between 3 programs, and one of them is a natural approach to the GLP-1 that has no injections, that doesn't have the problems that the other programs have out there. You choose one of these programs. I give you directions how to do it. I also give you instructions how to create that new version of you that's going to drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformation goals throughout your journey. The rest of the coaching is exactly the same, whether it's group or private. We'll be celebrating your wins. I'll be showing you how to use your boards. I'll guide you over gaps with health and mindset tips. And you're welcome to always ask me questions during these coaching sessions, and you'll become a new you. If you want to ask more questions about this program, contact me on my consultation site. Remember, there's that QR code that will give you more information for that 20% discount. YFast is a intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming, and in turn boosts your metabolism with rich, dense nutrition and high-quality essential nutrient products. It is married with recipes and also exercise programs. This is a do-it-yourself program, but you're more than happy to ask me questions about it. And if you need some coaching, you can do a 2 or 4 week program to get you going, and you'll be paying for that. If you want more, you can pay for more. You can also use these smaller programs for mindset enhancement as well as health optimization. I would use it to try to create a custom program for you, because those are a little bit more long-term journeys for you. At least you get an idea of what you need to do and if you want to continue. And I am still offering you today Newcom, which is designed for all ages. It's an app that helps you release stress, gives you better sleep, relaxation, mental clarity and focus, recovery, resilience, and it balances your nervous system. This is a wonderful app that has been used by special ops. They are actually testing their stress before they do go out for operations. If they don't pass that stress, they have to do rescue, which is why they app on it again. It's for the military, it's for sports teams, it's for Special Olympians as well. It's been used as a medical device instead of anesthesia. So you're welcome to use this app and try it out with a 15% lifetime discount with a 30-day money-back guarantee at bit.ly/Newcom with a capital N, lowercase u, capital C, and then lowercase ALM. Lifetime and discount all have capital letters at the beginning. You can always ask me questions. Finally, learn more about alternative health. Services, products, programs, offers, articles, blogs, upcoming shows, events, and promos by subscribing to my newsletter, which is at debichangeslives.com/radio TV show. Remember, my name is spelled DEBI, or use that QR code, and I'll give you a gift, a 30-day health and mindset daily action journal where you can record your gratitude, thoughts, feelings, emotions, as well as food, water, supplements, and exercising on a daily basis. And of course, you'll be able to track your measurements. You want to review it on a daily, weekly, monthly basis and see your wins and celebrate them. Find your gaps to work on. If you need help bridging that gap, you contact me for coaching. And obviously, you have enjoyed the show. You found it eye-opening as well as informative. Reach out to me for my services, programs, products, and offers. Reach out and get that list from Lynda, that top 10, dangerous apps, and reach out and buy her book, and also reach out to her for her services. She's wonderful. Do we have time for her to come back? There you are.
I'm back.
What else you want to say?
Just again, thank you so much for having me on again. And yeah, self-promotion, get my book. I'm always looking for speaking possibilities. So I will do things like this. I will do a virtual, I can do a workshop up to like 4 hours. I could do 15 minutes. Somewhere in the middle is good. And yes, I am a private investigator. I perform all kinds of investigative services as well. So, and I do free consultations. So.
Yes, and she's wonderful. She's she's Speedy Gonzalez in a way, and and she'll help you out as best you can. So thank you, Lynda, for being on my show. Continue to join my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.